How's it going, people? I mean, I know how you guys are doing. We just took the L from the 15th best team in the league, but context is key. But we're gonna break that down. We're gonna talk about the week coming. We're gonna talk about Villa, about Atletico Madrid, and we're gonna talk about the man, the one and only. It's everybody else's fault but my own, Frank Lampard, man. What do you guys think about the game? Prime, start with you.
Okay, let me just say this. Arsenal won 3-1. Credit to them. Congratulations.
Yeah.
We were so... Well, this game was kind of... remember when United played Arsenal?
Yeah.
And people kept saying Arsenal weren't that good because United were just shockingly bad. This was the exact same thing, except... Yeah, I can't even say Arsenal were more clinical because what? They got a penalty, a free kick, and a lucky goal. What was it? A cross shot? But we didn't test them at all. Did we even... I know we scored, but even still, did we actually have a shot on target? Not really. We had a penalty saved. I keep telling you, penalties are something goalkeepers should somewhat be good at. No. I said during this unbeaten run that we should relax and see what we do against bigger teams and better sides. Because that's when we truly get tested.
Yeah. You know what, Prime? To a point about that undefeated winning streak, that was like double D's in LA, man. That shit ain't real, man. It wasn't real. We were just in our head. It was just we fell for it. And I've said from the beginning, we were gonna be tested out whenever we play better teams. It's gonna be tested out. And the reality of the matter is we failed. Today we failed. We have we've been beaten. I think we lost 3 games from our last 4 games. And it's not good enough. What do you think, Jim?
I think I agree. I'm not going to disagree with you. I think Lampard has a lot of answers to give to us. I feel like the players have to be questioned. And I'm not talking about Mason Mount or just Tammy Abraham or just whoever. I'm talking about all of them. And yes, why I agree that I don't think the formation is working and Timo Werner shouldn't be playing. One of the things that I was happy about, a lot of people are going to probably say, what the hell, is when he took Timo Werner off. Because for me, if you're not going to play him up front, don't have him on the pitch. Do you know what I mean? Then just take him off. Cho came on, and for me was our best player out of the 11 that was on the pitch. But look, well done to Arsenal. Did they outplay us? No. Two of the goals, two of the all right. They didn't cause us too many problems, is what I'm saying. They scored a free kick. They got a penalty that Reece James stupidly gave away, which I believe is just an error from him as a player. So
for me, it was soft. For me, it wasn't a penalty. For me, it was soft.
Yeah, well, whatever. At the end of the day, Kai, as soon as you start putting your foot or grabbing someone's arm in the box, you're going to fall. You only got to touch them a little bit and they do it. So you should know better than that. Do you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, forgetting all that, we are too static. We do not move the ball quick enough. We always look through the wings and cross the ball in. People like Tammy Abraham, who are not clinical enough, shouldn't have been starting the game, and Giroud should have. And we lost, and we got caught out. And it is what it is, isn't it? Like, there's not much more to say to it for me. It's just shit. Pissed me off a bit, but it's shit. You know what I mean?
We've got Faye in from the Gold Diggers podcast.
Faye, what do you think about the game?
Can I just say that when I was last on here,
Terminator vibes, man.
There she is. Satan's back.
I told you about the fact that he doesn't play Cho and Cho's a good enough
I
player.
can't hear you.
Can you hear me at all?
Faye. We can't
Yeah.
hear you.
No, you can't. We hear you like the Terminator, man. You need to come back.
You come back.
Your audio sounds like crackly.
It seems like you're gonna end in society, man. That's what it sounds like.
Sounds like you've turned into The Exorcist after watching the game or something.
Can you hear me?
Remove her.
You sound like you're in slow-mo. Sorry.
But at the end of the day, we wasn't good enough, right? We can all sit here and go, Lampard's this, Lampard, but let's bring context to it. Them players that are on the pitch are good enough to go and beat Arsenal, and they didn't do it today. So as much as we go on about Frank Lampard and his tactics, the players that are on the pitch have to be questioned as well because they were fucking poor.
But what can Jim? What can they do if they're? For me, the only players who get like all the benefits and the care at Chelsea are the youth. Tammy today and both him and Mount were below par, and both of them stayed. Both of them stayed on. Why? Because they're youth players. Both of Werner is out of position. When we play Havertz, we play them out of position as well.
Yeah.
Why is that? We have to ask questions because those players didn't join Chelsea for free. Those players are multi-million-pound players. They have to have a place for them in the team. And also, speaking of that, we are like 6 points worse than last season with a better squad this season. So you cannot tell me we're failing.
Timo Werner is the only player on that pitch that can get up and moan at anyone because he's playing that position. Every other player on that pitch was in their positions, whether it was a free at the back.
Pulisic, what about Pulisic? What about Pulisic? He's playing right wing.
On the wrong wing until the second half. Yeah, I agree. Yeah. Other than that, there was players playing in their positions. It's not executed. They just wasn't executing the formation well enough. Yeah, and that's the problem. You know what I mean? But it's not like they're being played out of position. They just didn't play well today. They were poor. Mason Mount, Kovacic, Kante, even Kante. Kante was poor. You know what I mean? So it just is what it is. Faye, you're back.
How do I sound now?
You sound all right. Sound really good.
Can I just say that I told you all the last time I was on here about Lampard. I told you that he doesn't learn.
How can you tell me? I never disagreed. I always had the same energy as you.
But the other two, I told you that the way he mistreats Cho is crazy because look at what Cho did the second half. Look, and Lampard, next game, Cho won't even start, which is crazy. You can't be talking about attitude this, attitude that, because clearly that's not the case. Look at the reports now that's saying that Tomori's going to leave. Look.
Yeah, I think Cho's going to do the same. But to be fair to them, I think Lampard is going to be let go soon. It's like the same. It's the same thing. It's the same thing with Mourinho. If you watch his press conference, he would just tear into the players. He would throw them under the bus. And I think if you watch, like he was like singling out Timo, saying, "Oh, it's not a tactical thing. It's a personnel thing. The player don't know the basics. Blah blah blah." You know how football players are. Like they're prima donnas. They're not gonna take this on the chin and be like, "Oh yeah, he was right." They're just gonna start like the decline. The same thing that happened with Arteta. And unfortunately, Chelsea Football Club is gonna suffer. Going forward from it. So.
But okay, question: is this, as much as we can say, Frank or the players or whatever? Is Roman's fault? Is it not? Yes or no?
I mean, for choosing Lampard for that position, but at the same time, I do understand why he chose him because we needed a manager to get us out of the ban. But right now, I think what's the best thing for Chelsea is to part ways from Lampard. That's what I think.
I don't think
it might be extreme to some, but
I don't think they will do that. I'm sorry, I just don't see it happening not yet. Anyway, I think I think the Aston Villa game and Man City game is going to be key. Because they're within 2 days of this one, 3 days of this one. He's got to win. He's got to win them.
He won't.
Well, he might not.
Lampard hasn't got a clue.
He might not. But at the end of the day, I'd be very surprised if I read the papers tomorrow and he was gone. Put it that way. Even though I thought we were really bad today, we were shocking.
Reports are coming in, man. Reports are coming in.
Yeah, there's reports. There's talk of what's his name, Laurent Blanc. The guy that used to manage PSG.
God.
There's talks of him coming in as interim until the end of the season. Anyway, they've been talks for like about a month or so now about Poch, and now Guzman and the likes for next season and beyond.
Prime, could you sing Winterset for the link, please?
Is that going to improve anyway? If we get rid of Lampard tomorrow and we bring in Laurent Blanc, is that even going to help?
Yeah, because
he's as an interim until the end of the season.
Yeah, it's going to do better than Lampard because he's a better manager. He's a better manager than Lampard. He's a better manager.
Come in and do a job
because he managed top end club. He managed one of the top clubs in the world, which is Paris Saint-Germain. Lampard managed Derby. Derby is a joke. Derby is a nobody. It's a championship club. It's not even a top flight club, and it's showing. I'm sorry, but it's showing. Lampard's level is showing right now that he today he was outclassed by Arteta. You can't say he wasn't. If you say that he wasn't,
look at Gerald and look at Lampard. Goodness me. Lampard hasn't got a clue. We were completely embarrassed today. I said we were going to lose and we lost. I know this team so well. We are just crap. We're crap.
Yeah, but crap. Well, man. It's not just the players today were
Kai, why does O'Shea have the link?
I don't know, man. I didn't give him a link. O'Shea, we don't add anybody but Chelsea fans. It's a Chelsea show only, bro.
Yeah. Winter Surfer.
What up, bro? What were your thoughts?
Usually I like to process a game after defeat like an hour. So I let myself chill down. I let myself go away. I watched the terrace stuff. I allowed them Arsenal fans to gas themselves up like they have been doing. Listen. This today was totally down to Frank. In my opinion.
Yeah.
You don't press the game of crossing into the box and not play your best header in Giroud. Especially if you didn't even bring him on at half time.
I think there's something there. I honestly think there's something there.
Why bring Jorginho on? You're chasing the game 2-0 and you're bringing Jorginho on. What's true? He doesn't offer us anything. He doesn't offer us anything at all.
In the first half, Kovacic was our best player.
He was
our best player, and he took him off.
He doesn't like him. I don't think he likes him. I honestly don't think he likes him. I don't think he likes Adoy as well.
We're watching. None of these.
You know why he doesn't like Kovacic? Because he wanted that Player of the Year to go to Mount, man. That's the reason. That's the reason, man. Because when he gave it to Kovacic, when they gave it to him, the face he made, man.
Yeah, he's never going to drop Mason Mount.
No, it's not. I didn't think Mason Mount had a bad game. I'm not saying like
he did.
Play snap.
He wasn't the worst. He wasn't the worst,
but he wasn't good, and he hasn't been good for a while.
Hey, not one player on that team was good. Not one of them.
We had 3 shots on target. 3 shots, and one of them was a penalty.
Not good enough. Not good enough.
I'm just really embarrassed, but most importantly, I'm really embarrassed by this. This is the worst Arsenal.
So embarrassing.
Worst Arsenal team I've seen in my lifetime.
You haven't winning since November as well, man.
It's gonna happen. It was gonna happen.
You know what's mad?
Monster. What's your thought?
I'd have rather lost to West Ham than Arsenal.
I mean, you man have heard my thoughts everywhere, innit?
Yeah. Is it time for a change for us as far as managerial? What do you think?
The thing is, I don't think Lampard's taking us anywhere. I don't really think there's a point changing him now. Just give him to the end of the season and then just kick him out. Just is there a point giving him more than the end of the season? And to me, it's just the same old. We've been playing the same way since the beginning of the season. Nothing's changing. He's not doing anything else. Even if you're going to play crossing, inshallah, put Giroud on the bloody pitch, man.
Okay, but here's the thing, though, right? Even with all this with Frank, it's not just him. Because people have to remember, he's not the coach, he is the manager. Jody Morris is also at fault.
Well, when you sack a manager, you sack their whole staff. It's the manager and the whole staff.
No, I know. I'm only saying because people I haven't heard anyone ever mention him.
Because Jody Morris, the thing is, when you're holding accountability, you're holding the guy who brought Jody. Remember, when a manager comes, he comes with these guys. You know what I mean? So you don't bring Jody Morris as accountable for it. You bring Frank Lampard because Frank Lampard said, "This is the guy I want to be coaching," and blah blah, innit? Do you know what I mean? So it's down to Lampard because you can't really sack Jody Morris. You have to sack the whole team, innit?
Did any of you heard the comments Lampard made after the game, the post-match?
David's asking for the link, by the way.
No.
Yeah, send it to him. I'll do it.
Lampard he did blame some of the players.
He blamed all the players, man. Jesus. And he literally said it's not about tactics, blah, blah, blah.
It is.
For me,
that's
Faye?
You can't do that. You can't do that. As a manager for me, even if the players made the mistakes, you have to say, I take accountability. Yeah, I say I take accountability. You can't just blame the players because those players are gonna turn on you because to them you're not a legend to them. You didn't come from the Chelsea Academy or whatever. You know what I mean? So they're just gonna throw them under the bus.
You changing your opinion like this again. You're saying that I'm not. You're saying no. Let me finish. You're saying that you're not flip flopping or anything, or I'm not. Shifting blame or whatever. I said to you guys before that, relax. Let's see how we actually go with things against the bigger sides. Don't get gassed.
This wasn't even against a big side.
It's not a big side.
No. I'm not talking about this Arsenal game. I'm talking about this run of games we've had during this Christmas period, having to play Leeds and having to play Everton, having to play Wolves. And so, it's this period of games that we've had. That was
wait, one second, Prime. Faye, we're gonna let David on, okay? It was that nice hearing your opinion, yeah?
Okay.
Take care, man.
I was literally about to say I'm going to be strained now. I can't be bothered anymore. I can't.
I feel ill. I feel like this match gave me the coronavirus, bro. Like
it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing.
The thing is, I wouldn't be annoyed if he was
ruined my Christmas.
Making mistakes over and over and over and over and over and over. Like you can see, Werner is not a winger. Don't play him there. Okay, there's no. If we're going to play Werner, play him as a striker. But one thing you don't do is sub him off after 45 minutes because his confidence is going to be gone now. He's not scoring a goal for another 5-10 games.
Did you see the comments, David, about Werner, about the team?
He was like, well, the players got to look at themselves. No, you do. Because the players who you have said, oh, I don't think they're good enough or they don't train well, when they came on today, they were better than the ones you've been picking week in, week out. Hudson-Odoi came on today, was the best player on the pitch.
They're all shit, David.
No. If there's one person
or anyone
don't deserve any smoke, it's
Hudson-Odoi.
Hudson-Odoi came on and changed the game.
If Hudson-Odoi doesn't play or is not in the team next week, let's say Ziyech is still not fit. Yeah. If Hudson-Odoi is not in that team next week or isn't even in the squad, I want to know what the excuse is going to be.
No, but I've always been saying it. Oh, I get this whole thing. Oh, yeah, you want him to perform better in training. At the same time, you don't win points in training. You win points
performing better than anyone on the freaking pitch, bro. Every single day.
When Hudson-Odoi has played this season, every time he's been contributing. Every time. I've been saying...
David, Hudson-Odoi playing or not, we were not winning that game today.
Maybe not. But if you keep making the same mistakes to all the other losses you've done before, the chances of us even getting anything out of the game severely reduce.
Yeah, that's one thing I would say is Lampard doesn't. He doesn't learn.
Doesn't learn, man. I think he has favorites. He has more favoritism than Mourinho used to.
I would say he doesn't learn from his mistakes because he makes mistakes, and everyone's allowed to make mistakes. That's fair enough, innit? But
no.
There's sometimes you make a mistake, you're supposed to learn from it and move on. Do you get what I mean, Jim? He doesn't learn from.
Yeah, I just don't think he's ready for it.
Yeah, look, I don't sit here and stick up for Lampard.
I'm sorry, David. What's that again?
I don't think he's ready for it. I don't even think he's a bad manager. This is my thing. I think Lampard could go on to be a very good manager, but this is just too early for him.
Yeah, 5-6 years. I said this to Andrew today. I said he might be amazing, but the time for him, at where we are now as a football club, Chelsea, we want to be back at the top where we used to be 3 years ago. People forget that we were Premier League champions 3 or 4 years ago. So it's not that long time ago, man. And we want to go back to that. Having a manager where we have to carry is not going to help us doing that. You know what I mean?
People forget we are with Frank anyway. He is actually, as a manager, he is a good manager. But again, he's good enough to get top 4, maybe challenge for a league. But he's not good enough to sustain, to continuously be winning league titles or winning the Champions League. And that has always been my thing when he came in. I said it from the jump that he's not.
I literally said it in our predictions at the start of the season. I said, if we end up in a title race, we're going to lose. I said it from day. Simply because Lampard isn't good enough to beat either Jurgen Klopp or Mourinho or Pep Guardiola. Those are his options.
I would never.
No, Jem. I didn't even put us in the race anyway. I agree. Again, when we were both asked this question, I said after Christmas, at the start of the season, I put us second, but then after the transfer window, I put us third. So I didn't even put us in the conversation. Exactly. But I want to see. But I haven't seen a progression from last year. This is my problem. I've seen an improvement in the squad, but I've somehow seen a regression in my players. That's where my issues come in. That's where the issues come in. I've seen a regression in points. I've seen a regression in performance. I've seen a regression in attacking. I've seen, to be fair, I've seen I've seen an improvement in our defense. That is one thing I will give him. Our defense has improved.
No, but
whether that's down, again,
I think that's Thiago.
I don't think that's him because we had the worst goalkeeper in Europe last year. Like you could have thrown in a freaking tree. Would have done better.
David, our defense has improved. Our defense has improved because of Thiago Silva. We have a better left back. Reece James is a year older. We have a better goalkeeper, and he also brought in a defensive coach. So Frank hasn't improved it. The fact that Sarri managed to make Kepa look like a really good goalkeeper shows.
It wasn't just Kepa. I'm right. It wasn't just Kepa. He made Rudiger look good. He made.
I never even wanted Sarri out. That's the thing
about Emerson look good. He made a lot of players look good.
We say about regression in our attacking, yeah, but then if you look at the league, we've got a goal difference of plus 15, one of the highest there. So we're scoring goals.
Well, not anymore. I'll tell you that.
Anymore now, but we're scoring goals.
That's why I kept saying last season that even as with areas in a team that are weak, you can still protect against that. Well, as bad as Kepa supposedly is, or our defense is, you can still protect against that. The fact that we're creating, or we're trying to create, we had the third, David says we had the third highest XG or whatever in terms of chance creation, but we weren't scoring a lot of goals. Like, why aren't we clinical?
You know what I want to know is last season we were creating different types of chances, different styles of chances. You know what I mean? This season we've just gone, let's do this and we'll die by it. You get what I mean? Why?
If you want to do, and I said it when everyone was getting angry about Olivier Giroud. I said, if you want to do crossing inshallah, play Giroud. I have no problem with that. If that's your tactic, all I want to do is crossing the ball. That's cool. But then
I have a problem with it. We've spent 259 million.
Kai, if you want to do, I want to crossing the ball bare times. Then you play Giroud. Like at least then, I'd see a method to his logic. Like I'd see a method to it. I want to cross the ball in 30, 40 times a game. The best player to do that is Giroud. But when you're doing crossing inshallah with Tammy Abraham up front, and then you bring on Jorginho for some reason, and then you decide, actually, let me go on Kai Havertz. Like realistically, I think Havertz is a great player, but he wasn't going to dig us out of that situation. He was better off putting two up front and having the centre backs try and mark two strikers instead of one, which was Tammy, and Tammy didn't even move in the box.
Yeah, I agree. He needs to have a different formation change.
No, one of my biggest issues with Lampard is his man management. It's just
if you're a Chelsea
the way that he managed games just is Jesus, man. For me, he reminds me of Solari, man, with his man management for our players, man.
Kai, how long are you going to be on for?
Probably another maybe 40, 45 minutes.
All right, I'm going to jump on something and I'm going to jump on the...
That's cool. We'll add someone. We'll add the way now.
You can bring back Faye, bro. Yeah, the controversial comments.
She's not here, man.
Yeah, but Monster likes Faye anyway. Bye, Monster.
Call Faye back up. I need to apologize to Faye because she got it right from time. I can't even lie.
Yeah.
No,
she didn't.
I think our midfield's the problem.
This was embarrassing.
It was. I mean,
right. I don't know if you should call for Lampard's head out, but I don't know what other options there is. But it's just one of these games you just have to look at. Like, if it's worth sacrificing another manager for, but
bro, are you high? Are you high right now?
Maybe, yeah.
Oh man,
no worries, man.
But you're Lampard out, so that's why I thought.
Bro, I wasn't in the beginning. Since last season, I had my reservations about him, But with each game, with each defeat, I'm starting to be like more and more like, hey, look, we're not going anywhere with this, so why keep it? That's where I stand now, Because I don't see an improvement. We lost 3 games from 4, which is not Chelsea quality.
Yeah, but then go and get rid of Frank Lampard. Go and bring in fucking Nagelsmann and whatever, and then we'll see where we are, Because
Nagelsmann will do a better job. He will.
What's that, David? Where's he going to take it?
He would do a better job. I'll tell you one for free. He wouldn't lose 3 out of his 4 games. I'll tell you that one for free.
How do you know that? He got sacked by Man United 5-0.
Yeah, and then he came back.
And kicked him out.
And he beat the
3-2. So
guys, here's the question. No Maki says, how do you think Sarri would have done if he had a transfer budget as big as this past summer? So maybe not necessarily these specific players, but he was.
I don't like to talk about what ex-manager could have done, because at the end of the day, Sarri left on his own. We didn't really sack him.
We don't know what Sarri could. I always said that the first season under Sarri wouldn't be that good anyway, because his football is so complex. We'll need a season to
But we finished. You say that we finished 3rd, and we're one of the only teams in Europa League history that didn't lose a game through the whole campaign.
Oh, by the way, hold on. O'Shea, you are aware, again, I made the bet with you before the transfer window ended, and then after even when the transfer window ended, I then changed my prediction and said you would win the league. So what are you talking about? Like, I would literally, I backtracked about 4 months ago, bro. It's not, I haven't backtracked today. I backtracked about four months ago. Like, honestly.
If we're going to get rid of Frank Lampard, then bring in someone. That's one thing. Don't sit there and start telling me Pochettino. Don't sit there and start telling me Nagelsmann. I don't want to hear this bullshit.
Jam, question.
He's right.
Jam, question. What? Okay, why are you backing Frank?
Incorrect. Never said I'm backing Frank. I've never ever said.
Okay, well, why? Okay.
My argument with Frank Outers is why. All right, we've lost today, and it was poor man management, this, that, and the other. Yeah, I'm not easy to just go like that with people, especially when
it's not. Jim, but it's not only that. It's our third defeat from 4 games. Any other Chelsea manager, if you take Lampard's hat, right? No, you can't just say it is what it is because it hasn't been what it is for the last 4 games. We won 1 game against West Ham from our last 4. That's a lot of games to lose for a top club.
It was shit, unfortunately. And unfortunately, we were going to have a roller coaster of a season. This does not surprise me that this shit was happening. I said that when we won a 17-match unbeaten run, that we will lose games. Whether they would be back-to-back like they are, I didn't know that. But I said, we will lose games. We'll lose games. But we're never going to be this great Liverpool team and have a system that clicks straight away and run away with things. That was never going to happen in the first place. That's my point.
Jam, you said you want a winner. Do you want Allegri?
No, I don't want Allegri. I would take it. I don't
want to know a free back man. You get me?
I never said
old Catenaccio.
No. But then you say that the man's still one thing. You're giving me Pochettino, he has one fuck all. So do you know what I mean? Again,
okay, cool. But again, get a manager that sees the players that we have.
For me, would you take Tuchel? Would you take Jem? If we got rid of if you got rid and then we got Tuchel, would you take Tuchel? Because
I would take him. Only as an intern. And if he does prove it, if he gets us where we want to be, then I would keep him and give him another season. I am not doing this Lampard thing again when we get a manager who haven't won anything and we give him 3 years. Why?
It's not
Why? It's insane. Yeah, we're just gonna end up like Conte. Conte won us the league and we still sacked him, man.
Yeah.
For me, right now, what I would do, right? Sorry, Jim. Just let me finish this point. Yeah. For me, what I would do now is I would get rid of Lampard. Get an intern manager, somebody who can get this team together, because you can see our players are not in the game together. Yeah, the last 3 games you can see that we were basically hopping from point to point trying to score goals. We'll get somebody who take the team somewhere, and then based on the performances, we will see who we'll get for the next winter. Yeah, for the next season. Yeah, it will hurt us. Yeah, it will be pain. Yeah, Lampard would leave, but we can. If we have lost 3 games from the last 4. I don't see any hope telling me that that's it. That's the last 3 games we're going to lose for the next 10, 15 games. You know what I mean?
Exactly. All I've seen now is a trend backwards every game now. I've been saying it for so long. Every time we won and you guys were like, oh, don't worry about the performance, we're getting wins. I said, the performances are getting worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. All I've seen is regression.
Yeah.
Well, that can change very quickly. Look, he could go in his next 3 games and win all 3. Then what happens? So we're all going to sit here and start still flagging him off, or
no? He's got to do it.
You know what Lampard actually is? He's not someone that's so negative. Actually, he's a brand new manager. He's going to have these imbalances, which is what he's doing this season. He's going to be going like this, unfortunately, because he hasn't got the experience, guys. Man, you know what I mean?
That's all nice and great, but this is a club that is worth £2.7 billion. That needs to reach its goals. I get it that he's not an experienced manager, but any other manager would have got sacked by now, because 3 losses from 4 games is not good enough, and there has to be consequences, and it hasn't been consequences. We lost the last 2. There weren't any consequences. He did the exact same thing, and now what he's doing, he's just putting all our players under the bus and bitching. They are the reason we're losing. They're the reason. If he came today and he said we weren't good enough, then I would respect him more than just come out and just throw all our players like under the bus.
And again, if he's doing this whole I run a meritocracy thing, well, then he's got to drop some of his favourites. Again, I don't care if you think I've got an agenda. Mason Mount was awful today. Tammy Abraham, regardless of the goal, was awful. No. Kante today was very poor. Kovacic was the best midfielder we had, and even he was poor. And
we're all poor. Everyone was poor. No one was good.
Yeah, but Hudson-Odoi wasn't poor though, was he?
Yeah, he came on later. What happened when we first kicked the ball at the beginning of the game? What about the 11 players that are playing on that pitch that are meant to be talented players?
Silva didn't do much wrong today, to be honest.
What about
they conceded 3 goals and didn't really do much? Pulisic was great today.
Look, no, but yeah, in and out of games, in and out. Because he's playing on the right.
But Jim, he's playing on his weaker side, though. You cannot expect him
in the wings every time, thinking, "Oh, well, if I switch Werner onto the other wing like he did at Leipzig, then I'll be very good."
The Werner thing I'm lost with. I don't agree with Werner being there. I've said it a number of times. I don't like him playing there. If he's not going to play him up front, do what you did in the second half and put him on the bench. Even though I don't want that to happen, I'd rather him do that because you're not getting anything out of him. Do you know what I mean? Like. At the end of the day, what I'm trying to get, David, the whole team was shit. Reece James gave a penalty away because he decided to manhandle and grab someone in the box, which is a poor decision from him.
Yeah, but Reece shouldn't have been playing.
The team isn't shit, though.
Another poor decision. Those 2 fullbacks shouldn't have been playing today. They weren't match fit.
The team isn't shit. They're just managed wrong, man. I don't know how you cannot see it, man. The team is not. The other players are not playing to the strength.
Listen, Frank Lampard is not to blame for a penalty, Kai. I'm sorry, that's bullshit. Yeah,
I'm not saying the penalty. We lost. Jim, Arsenal Football Club have not won a game since November.
Fine.
They couldn't score against Burnley, and they have beaten us convincingly.
Look how they scored.
Come on, Jim. Don't be that guy, man. Don't be that guy. It doesn't matter.
Listen to what I'm saying. There's logic to what I'm saying. Look how they scored, especially in the first half.
I get Jim's point. All the goals.
Penalty.
We gave them the penalty. We gave them the penalty. The free kick is something that xhaka probably does once or twice every season, and then it's really a cross it's a cross that's gone in. Like, I get that, but at the same time, we can't sit here and be like, "Well, we were unlucky in that sense because we should."
No, we wasn't unlucky. We've got the same problem as we've had the last 3 games. Other than West Ham, even that game we was lucky. We do not create enough. I don't know why, but we can't. We don't have enough shots.
But he hasn't changed it when it hasn't worked. He hasn't changed it when it doesn't work, and it's costing us wins. So what should we do? Should we keep going the same way, knowing that he's not going to change, and in the end he's just going to blame the players, and we're going to keep getting more else? What's the point then? We can't just keep going this way.
You get rid of Lampard, you bring in the manager, right? He then plays players in the same position, then has the same problem. Are we still going to blame the manager?
He won't have. No. Look at the Odoi today. Tell me what's our best player today.
No,
why doesn't he play?
Why would more experienced managers play players in the wrong position, or say they are playing in the wrong position? Because for me, if you're playing Werner off the left necessarily, I don't necessarily think that's a problem, but a better manager would do it in a better way and have the system be more effective. I think that's mainly the point. Daniel's in here. Thoughts, bro?
Bro.
On the game?
Yeah.
On the game, on Lampard, on Chelsea Football Club, man. This is a therapy session, man. Come on, hit us.
Look, I'm trying to find the balance between being like so angry, and trying to be logical and not be overreactionary. But boy, that was bad. That was bad.
It was embarrassing.
That was bad. As in, let's put this into perspective. Yeah, that's probably the worst Arsenal lineup I've seen in all my life of watching football. Let's just I don't care about Martinelli. I don't care about Saka playing well. I don't care about. That was probably the worst Arsenal team I've ever seen in my life.
In the Premier League era. That's the worst one.
Easily.
Yeah.
And the point... do you know what? There's so many things to go at this here, but the point I'm trying to make here is, and I said it in my video that I posted on my channel, and I said, look, you're making mistakes that by now I would have expected you to have already corrected. That's my point. And it's as simple as when you're a new manager, inexperienced manager, you've got the top job, you're Chelsea's manager, make it easy for yourself. You have 11 players, draw it out in your office, who is the best player in each position, and play them there. Fit them around the system and then work from there. Don't chop and change. Don't put players, try players, fancy stuff here and there. Don't feel like because this player costs this much, I can play him. Look, he's basically telling us. I personally think he's insulting us because we as fans, we clearly know the players who play in the right position. We watch football as well. We're not stupid. Of course, we're not the manager, but at the end of the day, the simple understanding of a fan is to know who plays in the right position. I think he's taking the piss out of me. Honestly, I'm being honest because you could tell me because Havertz costs 70 mil, he can play left back. He can fill in for Ben Chilwell because he costs that much. No, it's that simple, and I'm getting so frustrated because time and time again. Let's just put this into perspective. Hudson-Odoi, every single time he's had substantial amount of minutes, and this is not even a Hudson-Odoi thing or anything. Every time he's had a substantial amount of minutes, he's performed well. Lampard has come out in an interview and said he plays players on meritocracy. I think Lampard's the first manager since Jose Mourinho in Chelsea's lifetime where once he says something in an interview, we take it straight away and we run with it. We're like, yeah, okay, cool. We're listening to him. He makes sense. And obviously we've had issues with foreign managers and what they're saying. So Lampard is clear, concise. We take it. You cannot tell me that he runs a system of meritocracy if guys like Hudson-Odoi, Tomori, people like that can't even get a look into the team. They can't even get a look in. It's simple facts. It's simple decisions that are being made, errors that are being made. It's no coincidence Reece James has the worst game of the season. You have rival fans who are allowed to rip into him and say he's overrated. But Lampard put him out there. He's not fit. He was clearly not fit today. He clearly wasn't. It's poor. And just a final point on Lampard and the whole thing. I think what topped it off for me was when he came out in the post-match interview again.
Oh, man, that pissed me off.
Disrespecting me and every single Chelsea fan, saying it's the players' fault. No way.
He called them lazy. He said they're lazy. He said they're lazy. He said he can't teach them the basics. He said it's not about tactics. It's about the players knowing the basics. Those are going to be your players in the next game. You need to watch what you say to them. You know what I mean?
And on top of that, everyone, it's so clear to me, yeah. Cool. We're trying to cross it in. We're trying to get crosses into the box. We're trying to put it into the box. We're trying to dominate and overlap. But then you don't bring on Giroud, your best header of the ball. Make it make sense to me. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense.
Danny, from top to bottom, we got it wrong today. Yes, we can all sit around blame Lampard. And yes, he had a shocker. He didn't bring Giroud on. He should have bring Cho on earlier. He should have left Kovacic on the pitch maybe and not brought Jorginho on. But at the end of the day, man, that team did not perform well as soon as they kicked the ball. All of them. They were all shit, man. They were all poor. Other than Cho, when Cho came in the second half, they were diabolical, man.
But there's a reason for this, Jim. They're not comfortable in the system that they're playing.
They get paid enough money, Kai, to go out and do a job.
But that's not how it works. Unfortunately, that's not how it works. That's what separates the great manager from the average manager. It's what they can get out of the players that they have.
It's easy to blame the manager.
You can have amazing players, but if you cannot manage those personalities, if you cannot manage that team, then what's the point of you as a manager? We cannot expect our players to carry our managers, but we can expect our manager to carry our players. Look at Klopp. Look at what Klopp did with the squad that he has. Most of the players he's playing out of position, but look at the way that they're playing because the system fits them. The system gets the best out of them. Lampard's system only fits what he wants. What's the players that he chooses to fit. Yeah, Mount benefits from his system because he can run. But does Havertz, does Werner, does Pulisic?
No, but
none of those players benefit from it.
And even I'm going to ask you a question, Jim. Is it a coincidence here that Mount started playing well as soon as Lampard put him in his best position, the centre midfield position? Like, it's not a coincidence. After playing him on the wing for so long, after playing him in cam for so long, he plays him centre mid and he starts playing well. Do you think it's rocket science that Werner scores 2 goals when he plays up front against Southampton, gets a penalty when he plays up front against Brighton? In the first league game of the season when Werner played, every single fan was saying this guy is going to be our best player this season.
I actually have something interesting to show you guys. Just you carry on. I'll just put it on the chat.
Jim's in favour of playing Werner up front.
I'm fuming as well, Danny. Don't worry.
Fuming. And on top of that, Jim, the reason why I'm not even going to, obviously, you know I love you, but I'm not even going to let you say that it's the players. The reason why it's all on Lampard is because these are mistakes and errors that he has made consistently from last season to this season. He hasn't learned. He hasn't learned.
This is part of the problem because you're all narrow-minded. Sorry, I think you're all narrow-minded. You're sitting there telling me, that from first minute to the 90th minute that all the players that are on the pitch.
No, of course.
Reece James gives a penalty away. Reece James gives a penalty away. That's Lampard. Gem. Of course,
it's Lampard's fault for playing him when he's not match fit.
Exactly, and
the excuse that's ridiculous. Come on.
No, but you can see
it's true.
Them were match fit. How come both my fullbacks
playing Reece James?
Both my fullbacks I saw on injury list saying doubtful. I saw doubtful. Do you know how rarely you see man go from doubtful to both playing? Not even one, but both of them. They weren't match fit. And
look at this. Look at this. Timo Werner, right? Left center. 5 goals, 3 assists. Forward central. 7 appearances, 5 goals and 3 assists. It tells you all you need to know, man. We really don't need to talk more about this subject, you know.
But I don't think this is an argument. We all agree.
So why can't Lampard see it then? Why does Lampard keep playing in other positions? Obviously, he's crap on the left.
I don't know, but the thing is, we're not going to argue with each other that because we all agree that. So we're not going to spend. You know, we're just wasting our time arguing with each other about something that we agree with Werner, for example. He should be playing in the middle.
Werner, we know about.
He's not playing in the middle.
Question. Do you not remember all those months ago? Hold on, Brian. Danny, do you not remember all those months ago when I was saying I don't care about how good or bad Hudson-Odoi is in training because every time the points are on the line, he performs. This is my thing. Even when you look at last year, when he came, when he had his chance, he was performing. He may not have done it. He may not have done it 3 games in a row, but he was definitely getting goals this last year. He was. He don't cement himself in that. He doesn't get the chance to because every time he has 2-3 games, he then gets dropped straight away.
Yeah.
He's not clinical.
Boys. Let's carry on to our next point.
Wait, Kai, I have a question before you do.
Yeah. Go ahead.
You guys, for example, saying players necessarily being out of position. Why is there feedback?
I don't know. It's not mine, man.
Cool. If there's a better manager, or more knowledgeable manager, more tactical manager, because under Nagelsmann, Werner was playing out wide at times, and he was still effective.
Only from the bench.
No, cool. But he was doing it at times when it was needed.
They made
okay, cool.
If you're gonna go to Leipzig and be like, oh well, he was playing wing, then he wasn't playing wing though.
He wasn't. I don't miss a Bundesliga game because that's all we watch here.
You're trying to argue a point that you don't know what I'm talking about.
No.
Hey, get to the point, then. Get to the point, bro.
I don't care what you're
Let Prime land.
Let Prime finish, David.
Cool. I'm gonna do that. Cool. My point is I'll enjoy my dinner. For example, Werner being at wide and stuff like that, Havertz, when there have been injuries, for me, I don't necessarily think that's a problem because I've seen they've done it at times at Leipzig and at Leverkusen. My thing is that he doesn't know how to get the best out of them and thus the team when there are players playing out of position. Because Mount playing out wide or out of position, again, for me, isn't necessarily a problem. He just doesn't know how to get the best out of them when they're out of position. That, for me, is the problem. We've seen players before do jobs in different positions. That's not a big deal.
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying, and I fully agree with that. But even another point about, just to add on to what Jem was obviously talking about with Cho and whatnot, it's the fact that we've been kind of sold this idea that players play on meritocracy, the players play on how well they perform and things like that. Tell me when Cho has actually been given... Look, when Mount was making mistakes in consecutive games, he was being given the chance to make mistakes and he would carry on playing. You'd instill the confidence. Remember, it took him about, 9 games in a row for him to finally drop Mount. When Mount took his time out of the team, he brought him back into the team. Giroud goes on a mazy run. Every single time we're in trouble, we bring Giroud back into the team. Giroud will score for us. He'll do everything we need him to do. He maybe has one substandard game where maybe he shouldn't have started because of the style of play the other team have deployed, and Giroud doesn't get a look in. There's no reason. I don't care that Tammy scored twice against West Ham, but Tammy didn't play well against West Ham. Giroud should have started today, and that's facts. And that's fact. And that's based on the way.
That's the one negative of Tammy scoring 2 goals. He'll start the next game and drop a flagger.
Do you know what I'm saying? And on top of that, it's just the point for me is, look, I won't outright come out and be like, oh, Lampard out. He needs to get sacked today, tomorrow morning, whatever. However, what I'm saying is he needs to learn quickly because he's going to get himself sacked. It's not about the politics. It's not about behind the scenes. You know, I have my preferences with players, and certain players I like aren't playing. However, I'm still going to back the manager. Of course I am. However, he will get himself sacked because of errors that he's making consistently. We could have gone second today. We could end up 9th. That is not on, man. It's not on.
I've already switched because I think there are managers out there that could do a better job. That for me is when I like. And the thing is, it's not even. It's like managers that we could even get that could do a better job. That's where I switch. It's not like, of course, Klopp would do a better job. Of course he would. That's different. But I think no. I think Tuchel would do a better job than Lampard is.
I don't want Tuchel, man.
I think Tuchel would do. I think Nagelsmann would do a better job than Lampard is.
I think Rafa Benitez would do a better job.
Anyway, let's move this like to a little bit deeper into the club, right? Do you think Lampard has a way of returning to this? Because you know how Roman Abramovich is. Once you lose that many games in such short space of time, you're basically on a very thin line. You know. Also, keep in mind, he's obviously now after what he calling out the players today on a personal level, which he did with Werner. That is gonna count. There's gonna be consequences. Do you think now he's gonna be on a tighter, like kind of like?
You know what I think is going to happen with Lampard this season? And I said it before we went on a 17-match.
I don't think he's going to finish the season, if I'm honest.
I wasn't even getting excited then when we were 17-match unbeaten. Like, I wasn't. It's going to go like this all the way.
Yeah, Jim, you were excited, my man. You were excited as hell, man. You were telling everybody, "Oh, but we're winning."
I was one of the calmest guys in the world about it. To be fair, I didn't. I've always been level-minded, even when we're winning.
To be fair to Jim, out of all of them, even when he was given the props, he was probably one of the more reserved ones.
Yes, thank you.
Only Master, he puts us under the bus and then he just disappears.
I'm not more one way.
I gotta go.
I'm not even Lampard in, but I'm not also Lampard out.
I am after today. I'm Lampard out.
I'm pushing more to it. If he continues with playing Timo Werner on the left, obviously Cho's not playing. If he doesn't have a plan B in terms of formation, if he doesn't show us that he's actually trying to, try something different, use a different system, then I agree. I'm not sitting here saying, hey, Lampard, he's the man, he's going to do it for us. No, it's not that.
My thing would be with this though, as okay.
Can somebody ask? Can I say something? Sorry, Prime, because I was about to say this and then I was like, I'm gonna let you continue. Okay, just 1 second. I swear, it's gonna take me less than a minute. Look, I saw this tweet and it actually makes a lot of sense, right? Imagine if Lampard is sacked. Will he get a job offer from another top club? We're talking like top club. What kind of offers will he receive? That's pretty much answers it for me. I don't know about you guys, but that says all I need to know. He has to go. It's not good enough for a team which aim to win trophies. The quality of the squad make his poor management and coaching unforgettable.
But you know what might actually save him.
Yeah,
is this season with the crazy results.
Yeah.
Because he can win the next 3 games.
But you say that, Andrew. Can you say that too? Can Roman be as understanding as you, bro?
No, I understand.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't know because I don't know what. Listen, he's been uncharacteristic with this Frank Lampard hiring.
Yeah,
there's no way this is an uncharacteristic Roman hiring. Okay?
I think it's
It
could be a PR one because the Chelsea fans are going to be calm that they don't sign any players.
Or maybe he's trying to suss out whether we need a rebuild, and the only way you're going to start with a rebuild is with a low-level manager. You're not going to get class managers coming.
I disagree.
Tammy Abraham. I just don't think they would come in and do that.
You know who did a rebuild well? The one who did rebuild well was Liverpool. They got a top manager who knows what he was doing. He has a pedigree behind him, and they backed him.
Yeah, 3 years, Kai. 3 years.
Yeah, but
brother.
that's a great ass
3 years.
fucking manager, though.
Yeah.
There is something
Doesn't
that you can
matter.
back.
Still 3
Whenever
years.
you go for a job, right?
Still
Whenever
3
you go to a top end job, right? You will be like, give me 3 years and I will do this. They will tell you, okay, can you give me something that's based on this? I will know what to expect of you and if you can back those claims. Can Lampard give that to us? No.
I don't.
So why should we give him time?
Okay.
He had nothing to prove. He didn't
Alright.
get the target with Derby. He didn't get the target with Derby. He didn't get the playoff. They finished 6th. You know, so why should we give him the time? Klopp, I understand why they gave him time because there's something to back him. His history and his resume gave that claim that he knows what he's doing. But when I see Lampard's resume, there's nothing to tell me that this guy can take us forward. What do you guys think?
I have something to say, mate.
Yeah, go ahead.
To, I guess, play devil's advocate on the thing or whatever. When players stop playing for a manager, that's when you know, and it's practically clear that he has to go. I don't think the players are playing for him. Whether or not we're playing well or he's making the right decisions or whatever is a different thing. But the players are playing for him. So do you think if, say we sack him tomorrow and we bring in Tuchel or what?
But that's before the comments today.
No. Just listen. Say we bring in whoever, Tuchel or Rafa or whoever it is, because they're still fighting and playing for him and they like him, they respect him. What makes you think they will play for another? They'll fight for another manager? Because we've seen over the past few years, we've had players. They've found tools for Jose after winning the league. They get him sacked. We finish 10th. Yeah. We bring in Conte. We win the league. Next season, they down tools, get him sacked. Sarri comes in. We're the only team unbeaten in Europe up until like December. We lose 6-0 against City, 4-0 against Bournemouth. Then they down tools for him and essentially get him sacked at the end of the season. So what makes you think? But they can't. No, well, okay, well, maybe not necessarily down tools, but I'm also talking in terms of the atmosphere around the fans, and also the atmosphere around with the fans.
They finished third in Europa League. The only problem with Sarri is that
But again, my thing is getting another manager.
I have such an answer for you.
Well, getting another manager. Well, the fans and the players and everyone back it collectively together. Liverpool, they all back it with Klopp. With City, they all back it with Pep. With Spurs, for the most part anyway, they all back it with Jose. Are we going to get another manager that everyone's
world-class manager though? Those are world-class managers. You have something to back.
My thing with Liverpool is that every year under Klopp they improved. So far this year,
exactly.
We haven't
improved. My days.
We've had a better squad and we've gone backwards.
I'm tired of hearing. Bro, David. I'm tired of hearing these Klopp and Pep comparisons. We're not the same team as those guys.
Every year,
we're not the manager, man. Our managers have the same resume.
I literally just looked it up. They went 8th, 4th, 2nd, 1st. That's the order it went. We're in 4th.
6 points worse than last season by this point, yeah.
At this current rate, he's going to finish 6th, 7th. And if he finishes 6th, 7th, he's I don't want
to risk that. I don't want us to go back to the Europa League though.
So far this season, as of today, we are the 6th, 7th best team in the country. That's where we are right now. And if he finishes in that position, he would have gone backwards and he would be sacked.
But David, that's also without the teams playing all their games. A lot of teams who are behind us are 2 games in hand or 1 game in hand. If United wins, they go 7 points ahead of us or 8 points. 8 points ahead of us.
Honest question. We exactly. I was just about to say that we got Villa next, and then we got City. If we don't, if we lose them next 2 games, that's 7 points from
24.
24. Yeah, 24. 7 points from 24. Is that good enough? Is that acceptable?
No.
He'd be
we already have 7 points from 18.
When you look at last season, we lost
7 points from 18, bro. Chelsea.
When you look at last season, we lost the most games under any other manager in the Roman Abramovich.
But we gave him the benefit of the doubt. We gave him the benefit of the doubt.
You know what?
If any other manager came in with his inexperience, they're getting sacked by.
Di Matteo got sacked by flipping November, wasn't it, or December?
Exactly.
sacked in
But
December.
again, Di Matteo got
out of the Champions League. The man got bent. He got bent.
Yeah.
But again, Di Matteo came in as an interim, and the only reason he got the job is
because he won the champion. Yeah, because he finished the job.
But again, with Frank, he should have. If he came in last season when he came in, if he came in as the interim, I think that would have been fine. That wouldn't have been a problem. Or they came out and they were honest with us saying it's a bit of a project. It's about rebuilding the team and ethos and everything. Again, that would have been fine. But because there were fans coming out and trying to sell us dreams about we're back and stuff like that, that's why everyone's switching.
No, I don't, bro. That PR, I've been working in marketing for like 7 years now. No keywords are gonna change my opinion when it's on. I look at things objectively, and objectively, Chelsea, not even after spending 259, right? Just us as a club, our standards should never be Europa League. If we are even in danger of getting Europa League or in danger of losing 5 games in a row or 3 from 4, something has to change. And from the 3 games that we have lost in the last 4 games, have we changed the team? No. It's the exact same fucking team that gave us L after L after L. It just stayed. And West Ham just kept, after West Ham, we won West Ham and he kept going. But the reality of the matter is there have to be consequences. There has to be.
Be honest though. Should we have even beaten West Ham? If you be honest on the balance of play, we didn't even deserve to win that game.
I went on the terrace and said it was a poor performance. What did man get? Oh, why are you so mean to Mason Mount? Oh, wow.
Oh, is that?
Yeah, but it's not even Mason Mount though. It's not even Mason Mount. It's just
it's always Dave, you got Mason Mount agenda. You don't rate your own team.
On the balance of play, if you saw my tweets, West Ham should have scored. They were peppering us and peppering our goal. They should have scored. A better team scores. And it showed. We played, and Gary Neville said something that I totally agree with. We were playing as if we were champions, as if we were the defending champions, came with some arrogance about us, no urgency. And it's shown now for 4 games in a row. It started with the Everton. It then went on to the Wolves game.
It started with Leeds in the first half.
Exactly. You can even say that. Started that far back.
Can you name me? Oh, don't look. See, I am tired actually. I had to sit with 4 Arsenal fans today around my in-laws.
That was terrible.
Can you tell me how many players in that squad that we've currently got? Yeah. Have won trophies, won titles. I just want to know.
Okay, the manager that we have, has he won titles before as a manager? Not as a
exactly. No, but this is my point.
What is your point? We should back a manager who has failure with more. What? We already backed him, man. What more can we do? We backed him with money. We backed him more than we backed any other manager, and he's failing.
If we're doing this thing where we're trusting. But if we're doing this thing where we're trusting a young manager to rebuild or whatever,
I thought he was going to say
at least they were something he's better, more tactically aware. He knows what he's doing. Because now, Guzman, you can say he's young and inexperienced. Well, people only say that because he hasn't won the league yet. But when you look at his career and what he's done,
and the squad that he has,
he's one of the best managers out there. He rebuilt that. Not rebuilt because they've been around for a few years.
Manager would kill for the squad, man. That's what what really frustrates me is manager would kill to have that Chelsea squad. Go look at the value of that Chelsea squad. It's almost £1 billion pound, man.
Why?
No, man. I'm annoyed of this whole thing, man. Because it's failure from me. I cannot take failure.
Did any of you think that we were going to win the title this season?
No.
But none of us thought that we were going to lose 3 games from 4.
No, don't do that because we thought we would challenge. We thought we would.
We're not challenging, man.
Challenging there or thereabouts. We are not.
We'd be above 6th position.
Exactly. It's not good enough.
We are at the moment.
5 less points than we did last year. That's not what I was hitting.
Yeah, that's a good point. I
didn't expect to lose the teams in 15th.
Look at Nagelsmann's squad compared to ours, man.
We're not. Look, Jem. At the end of the day, we're not Arsenal. We can't be going on these inconsistent runs. I'm sorry, man. Like I was saying, like I was saying on my video, I said the people last year who were saying, the people this year who were saying that we went on a nice run. We went on a nice run last year as well. Probably our run last year was what even let us get into the top 4, what let us cling on to it based on the lockdown results and everything that happened. This year we went on a nice run as well. I'm seeing things we already saw last year. We shouldn't be seeing the same trend. That should not be happening. And I hate when rival fans talk about the 200 or so million. Every single player we bought walked into our starting lineup. There was bound to be chemistry issues. Do you get what I'm saying? 6 or 7 out of the 10, or 7 out of the players we bought literally start straight away into our team. So that's besides the point. However, we're a good enough team to be winning on a more consistent occasion than we're currently winning now, because we've won one game in the last like 3 games now, and I just don't like it.
And it's till December to do that, yeah. And we started in when September, was it? Yeah? So October, November, December is what we're calling the decline of Chelsea at the moment. Yeah.
But Jim, we lost 3 games from 4, and we have 7 points from a possible 18.
It's not good. I know. Look, at the end of the day,
it's not good. It's horrible. It's shit. It's not Chelsea quality. It's maybe like lower team quality, bro.
Apparently, Massimiliano
Allegri. Failure. It's massive failure, bro. It's massive failure.
I don't want
not good is winning 2 games from 4. That's not good.
I don't need.
Bro, I don't need 3 at the back again. I don't need that.
I don't mind 3 at the back if it's Nagelsmann's attacking. That's cool. I don't mind that because it's not exactly a 3-4.
David,
but I don't want to see Catenaccio.
Don't say the dirty 3 word. Don't say the 3 word.
And then counter attack.
I'm not seeing that again.
What's the point? What's the point? No. Why we spend 259 to play 3 at the back?
Guys, apparently, what's his name? Massimiliano Allegri has bought a house in London.
You should piss off, man.
And I don't want him, man. His yellow ass teeth, man. Fuck that. No, I don't want
real estate. He's buying real estate. That's what.
What's even worse? What even crowns it all? Watch Brighton beat Arsenal. Just watch them go and do it.
No, that's what will annoy me. That's what will annoy me. Big Sam will be like, "Oh, you see them relegation candidates? Huh? They beat Chelsea though. Huh?
Bro, I don't honestly care what Arsenal is doing. What I care about is Chelsea, and we're doing crap. That's what I care about. I don't care what Arsenal is doing. You know, like it's not good enough. And you know what? With Lampard, there has to be consequences. But now I'm even like more strong with that opinion, especially after he threw the players under the bus. For me, that's unacceptable. No matter what manager you are, you lose as a team and you win as a team. You can't just throw the players under. And he's the one who said it. He said we're a team. So if we're a team, why do you throw this players under the bus?
If you are going to do this whole meritocracy thing, you've got to be fair on it. This is my thing. Like you can see he's got favourites, and he just throws them in regardless.
You that fucking coke and stale shit.
Every manager's going to have favourites, didn't you?
No, I get you. I get you got favourites, but at the same time, like if they're not performing, you take them off. Lampard doesn't change. Today he made changes at 45, and even still, one of the changes was the wrong decision.
Are you surprised? Let's be serious. After the West Ham game, after we beat them 3-0, if any of you tell me that you thought we was going to go into this game and change anything about it, it's mad. It was never going to happen.
Why did Giroud get dropped after scoring against Wolves? Answer that.
Oh right. I thought you were about West Ham. I was just saying because Tammy Abraham scored a blimmin' brace, didn't he? That's why.
Yeah, no, but why did Giroud get dropped for the West Ham game?
What do you mean?
No, why did Giroud get dropped for the West Ham game? Because obviously he scored against Wolves.
Because he played against Wolves and Everton in the teams that we lost.
But he scored in the Wolves game.
Tammy back in for whatever reason. So I'm not sticking up for him. I'm just saying I'm just trying to understand his logic. That's what I think he's done. He's gone back to throw Tammy into this game. Because he scored against West Ham and just thought, you know what, I'll keep him on because I don't want to why he plays in there. I want Timo Werner there. I don't really care if it's Giroud or Tammy. I want Timo up there. That's my fucking problem.
I just don't see how he doesn't see that Pulisic, Werner, and Hudson-Odoi could work wonders. Do you get what I'm saying? You put Werner in a situation where he doesn't need to dribble. You literally ask him just finish, be that little nuisance in the box and make runs. That's it. That's his job.
Literally, how hard is it to go? You see those 4 chances on the ground that Tammy Abraham gets. How about I put Werner in there?
Exactly.
Why does it?
And I literally said it. Instead of having, I wouldn't want if I'm Frank Lampard, I would look at my team and be like, if I've got
how did Ram find my channel, man? Get out of here, Ram. Get out of my channel, man.
All I'm saying. I do not want if Chelsea have 4 clear-cut chances the whole game. I don't want it to be 2 for Tammy and 2 for Werner. I want all 4 going to Werner because I'm more confident in him finishing than Tammy
One
is.
of them, yeah. One of them.
I'm far more confident.
It sounds like Timo Werner needs a lot of chances to accumulate some goals at the moment.
The thing is, right, he doesn't really get quality chances, and when he does get quality chances, the ones he gets
he's had sitters. He's missed it against West Ham.
Against West Ham, I literally said it myself. He's in bad form. As if you ever played sport, you know if you've got a guy who's not performing. Like, okay, you've got your striker's not performing. What do you do when he gets a chance? You make it as easy as possible. Pulisic did not make that as easy as possible for him.
Oh no, don't give me that.
No. Because when he played the ball, all he could do was go on his weaker side and then hit it. I said the second chance he had where he hit the crossbar, that was poor finishing. Like, he could have got a goal there, 100%. But you saw the way that he ran up, he set himself and went, this is what I'm going to do. And bang.
Yeah, you just said it. He set himself. He didn't set himself. He didn't even control the ball properly, David.
I think both. Even though I don't agree with David fully, both can be true without it being connected, innit? Like, I think Pulisic could have passed it earlier. However, Werner should have scored. I don't care about.
No, he should have. He should have scored. He should have scored. A confident Werner will score that. But and one that's out of form and hasn't scored in 8 games probably isn't, because he's not confident in himself. You need him scoring goals, make those chances
to score goals.
How is he going to be confident in himself if Lampard today came out and said Werner didn't do anything properly off the ball and with the ball? That's why I took him off. I'll talk to him after the game. Why would you talk to him after the game? We already said everything you fucking have to say to over millions of people watching at home.
I just don't understand how his best performance this season has come from him playing up front.
Bro, the numbers don't lie, man.
Hudson-Odoi's best performances this season have come from him playing out wide. Havertz, obviously, I think the COVID thing has affected him. He needs time to just get back into it. I think people aren't considering that. However, I do think maybe he does need to be doing a tad little more, but he's put to the side. Mount's best performances this season have come from him playing in the centre of midfield, not out wide or in any other flimsy position.
And we've missed
it. And we missed it. And that's the point. Us Chelsea
but we can't rely on one game to lose to Arsenal.
We didn't spend 200 mil to have a situation where we have a Hazard situation again. That's what
we haven't got any other creativity there. Once you take
what about Odoi, man? Odoi today was creative. He's the one who got the assist, man.
Why is it that when I was saying when we lost against Wolves and Everton, if our wingers are out and we have no creativity, why still play a system that requires wingers?
Because he doesn't know any other system, though.
That's why I kept saying we should have played a different way or played with a different formation. Play with a back three.
Anyway, guys, let's move on. Let's move on for the Lampard subject. Yeah,
I feel like Jem's like Lampard, like best mate.
It's best. Yeah. You know, let's move it on. You know,
the funny thing is, Jem knows that. No, the thing is because Jem, it's like prime with Kepa. Even just because Jem is less positive about it.
No one is like prime with Kepa.
We're far more negative about Lampard than Jem is. So Jem active comparatively looks like.
No, do you know what it is, David? No. Do you know what it is? I don't stick up for it. Today, I see what you're just saying in terms of substitutions, in terms of formation. I don't disagree with any of you when you talk about it. But what gets me is that we've still got players on the pitch that didn't perform today. They were shocking. They should all be held accountable as well. They were poor. Werner's the only one that you kind of go at because he's been played out of position, so it doesn't expect. But
so is Pulisic though. So is Pulisic.
Pulisic was good today, I thought.
No, he was still out of position though. He was still out of position.
But they're quality players. I spoke to
the Arsenal fans. They said Pulisic was the only person they were scared of based on how the game panned out, and rightly so. He's the only player who can literally take the ball and dribble 3 players. Granted, he didn't have a great game. However, I don't think he was helped again by Lampard. I don't think he was helped.
This whole thing was.
I'm gonna ask you guys. I'm gonna ask you guys a question, and each of you answer to me. It's a yes or no question. Do you think Lampard is getting the best out of the squad that we have now? Prime, we'll go with you first.
No.
Jim?
No, obviously no, isn't it? If you look at where we're going. No.
David? Do you think he's getting the best out of the squad that we have now to the maximum of their abilities?
Not even 50%. No.
Next. Okay. What do you guys think?
What is it, me?
Yeah.
Oh no. Sorry, easy. Like no, of course. We're not even I don't think we've even hit like near enough 70% of the squad. I think the run that we even went on wasn't even us at our peak. I think this team can go so much more, can do so much more, and they showed glimpses of it, but it's not good enough, man. And I'm sorry, it's not good enough.
Andrew, what about you, man?
No, Daniel's right. It's not good enough. I understand gelling, blah blah blah, but you know, it's just not when. Like I said, the halftime substitutions were just.
When I saw Jorginho come on pitch, I was like, "We need 3 goals this half." And your decision is,
David, I get why he brought on Jorginho, someone to control the game, and he was thinking, well, it worked last time against Arsenal, so let's do that. But
So what's the point? What's the point? What's the point? What's the point of this season? What's the point of the season?
David,
what's the point of the season?
But again, that's the
if we're not getting the best of our players, what's the point of the season?
Jorginho was just bystander in that game. Jorginho was a substitute that
Can someone answer me? What's the point of the season? What's the point of the season? If we're not gonna win the title, if we're not trying to build our 11, what's the point of the season?
It was progression, right? It was
wasn't that the goal last season? No,
we need to finish it. For me personally,
top 4 was not the top 4. Top 4 was if we perform
was bare minimum. Yeah.
No. Top 4 was if we are performing at our absolute best, we might sneak in. That was last year. This year is if we don't finish in the top 4, you've had an absolute
mare.
Yeah, top 3. Probably top 3.
Yes,
top 3.
It's free.
Yeah.
It's
moving forward from today. If you were Roman Abramovich, I'm gonna ask you each of you one by one. Yeah. If you were Roman Abramovich, what would you do?
I tell him to fix up the shot.
If I was Roman,
what would you do? Would you sack him? Would you give him time, or would you give him at the end of the season and then let him go? What would you do?
For me, it depends if I genuinely.
Same energy you give me in the DMs, man. None of that filtered, just it.
Okay,
reality, straight to the point, man.
Don't expose the DMs. Do I genuinely think?
Give me the truth. Give me the truth, man. Nobody's gonna judge you, bro.
For me, it's the thing of if you genuinely think he can get top 4, then
but
he has to at least see out the season. Do I genuinely think he can get
you as Roman, you see him losing 3 games in 4 games. What do you do? He's not your friend. He's just somebody who works for you, and he's managing.
I don't know. I still think we can, at the very least, finish top 4, but it's a risk because of how good everyone else is and how weird the season is.
So what would you do after the situation we've in now? What he said about the players, losing 3 games from 4. What would you do?
I would sack him only if it means I'm bringing in either Rafa or Gosedic. You have to bring in a manager that knows the league as an interim to see it to top 4.
Okay, Jim, you.
No. But again, listen to what I said. Bring in a manager that knows the league to at least as an interim get to top 4. Cool. But Jen, I just said an interim. So
someone who knows the league.
Gus Hiddink retired, so you don't have to worry. You know, Gus Hiddink is retired.
What I would do
He's not going to come back.
I'd go and get a bottle of wine. I'd go and sit in the office with him. I'd question him why he's playing certain players out of position.
Jim, you are so man. Think about it from Roman's point of view, man, not yours.
I'm Roman. I'm Roman now.
All right, calm down.
I'm sitting there, we're having a drink. I'm trying to understand where he's going and what his idea is with this football club. If I'm going to see the players that I'm spending money on, if I'm going to see them being played in positions, if he got any other ideas in terms of formation, and then I would say, look, we've had this chat, which means you're on a warning. These next 2-3 games, you need to be giving us maximum points, and then I'd leave it.
2-3 games, Jesus Christ, man.
Yeah,
you want us to play rough next season.
If he loses his next 3 games, I actually think he's in trouble. I really do. There's no way he's going to let him have it. Do you know what I mean? So,
imagine we lost the next 3 games.
Okay, David.
Off the bridge if we lost the next 3 games.
What do you think? If you're Roman Abramovich waking up the next morning tomorrow, seeing where we stand, 3 defeats from 4, the comment about the players, coming out at the players, doing that, what would you do?
I wouldn't sack him. I wouldn't sack him. I'd give him how many games are we on? 15. I'd give him 4 games. He's got to get 9 out of 12 points. If he doesn't do that, then he goes.
But David,
if that takes us halfway through the season, and then we can.
Okay, yeah, true, halfway.
See what's going on, because realistically, even now, there aren't really that many options that we can even bring in.
Yeah, but David, I know, but David, that's why I say you bring in a manager that's available, that knows the league. If there's none available,
what manager is even available who knows the league? Who?
Rafa. Daniel, what about you, my man?
No, but Rafa's not going to come in and...
You and Roman waking up in the next day, opening the newspaper, with your espresso, you're seeing Chelsea lose another game, 3 from 4.
Honestly, I think...
The comments about the players, and you have to make a decision. What do you do?
If I'm being honest, I think Roman don't even chat to Lampard. I think he
goes to... he said that. He goes directly to Marina about all this crap.
Yeah, like he probably puts a word in Marina's ear and says, "What's happening?" Like, I gave you the just put a word in. I don't think he does much. Like, I just think he says.
But who decides? He decides who gets sacked, because I remember it's the same thing with Conte.
I think he co-signs it. He doesn't actually say, "Oh, I think you need to be sacked." I think Marina and Czech probably.
I don't know, bro, because if you remember about the Ancelotti, the way the Ancelotti story was told, it's Roman personally.
True. Fair enough.
Anyway, what would you do in that situation?
I wouldn't sack him. I think I'm on the line of David, everyone. It's about the next couple of games now. We can't have an Arteta situation where we have 1 win in the last 7. Or something silly like that. That cannot happen.
Can I ask the question?
After Andrew finishes his point, man, then we'll go to the comment. Yeah, Andrew. Same situation. Morning breakfast, amazing omelet, hash browns. Yeah. You open the newspaper, 3 defeats from 4.
If this is
all that good stuff.
If this is old school Roman,
true.
If we lose against Villa, he goes after Villa. If it's old school Roman. That's the point I was making earlier. This isn't a normal Roman appointment. I think he gives him. I agree with David. I think he gives him the next 4 games. I think he gives him 4 games, and that's it. If we don't get at least, I don't think 9. I think 10 points from 12. Then I think he goes.
No, because I was thinking 10, but then I remember we got City in that run. I think Aguero's
doesn't matter to Roman though. It doesn't matter to Roman if it's City or whoever.
But at the same time, we can't be like, oh, we must beat Man City. Like,
but now, David. But now we do because we drop point at other games.
But if we get
to look at it like from
if we get humiliated by City though, there's a
if we get Sarri whipped, like
if we get humiliated, I'm Lampard out. I don't even care. I'm going on.
We got humiliated today, man. Today, man.
I mean, and there's a chance we could get humiliated by Villa.
Imagine it was 3-2. It still would have been humiliation. That's the thing about this game.
3-3 would have been embarrassing.
Wait, people in the chat. What is this blasphemy, man? Kai, would you really bring Rafa back? Rafa Benitez will not step a fucking foot at this club ever fucking again.
I would have.
My question.
It was probably Prime, man. I didn't.
No. But again, my thing was bringing a manager that knows the league as an interim. But anyway.
No. That's dickhead can know the league somewhere else, man.
But there aren't any of those managers about right now.
I know that's why. Okay, that's why I'm asking. But this is getting to my. This is getting to my question.
That's the first name that pops up usually.
Exactly.
But
anyway,
my question.
Yeah. Anyway. Can I just give my answer, Prime, and then you can go, okay? Because I didn't say my opinion about it. I think I've seen a lot of reports saying that tomorrow they're going to make a decision about if they will keep Lampard or not.
Really?
How? Yeah, that's the Independents. That's the Independents saying that it's like they're going to have a meeting about it if he stays or not. It doesn't surprise me because it's Roman. If I would get an intern. I would tell Lampard, "Hey man, you've done your best, but at this point we are risking a lot," and I would just be like, thank you, Lampard, but we have to go in a different direction. Get an intern manager, and start finding that permanent replacement. That's what I would do if I was Roman.
My only thing with it is, if you do this whole interim manager, who are we calling? This is my thing, because
apparently blank is available.
You know what embarrassing is, right? We spent 259 million. We spent 259 million pounds on players, and we're looking for an interim manager.
Exactly.
No, but we spend that money on the team. What we do? We're not united. We don't have a manager who buys players. We have a director of football who build a team for the future. It's like a head coach. It's not really a manager, kind of. So it's not really he bought them, but he was backed, to say the least.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. Mike, sorry.
You guys are like David. You said it. Like you guys are saying, given the next what was it 3-4 games?
Yeah.
Until we're halfway. Okay, say we was it 10 or 12 points, whatever. Okay, say we get 10 points from those games, and then we're fine, and then we go on a little bit of run of form, and then we get towards the Atletico Madrid game, and during that run, during those period of games, we get battered, or we go through a bad run of form again. What is it that you're going to say then?
We've got to play Atletico Madrid. I forgot about that. Oh my word! We lost to Arsenal. We've got to play Atletico Madrid. Oh my word! I mean, if he goes, I'm still going to be like, I've already switched now. I'm Lampard out now. Not maybe not out straight away, but he's definitely not the manager. I'm convinced of that now. Definitely, he's not the manager.
So why dilly-dally with him and keep him then? If you're not
because right now, if we sack Lampard, there's no options out there. It's not like Tuchel's literally going to bounce from one job to this one. Like it's not going to happen. There aren't any options. So
yeah, but at the same time, why have a manager that you don't back?
But Kai, if you've got no one else, you might as well have someone who you may not be the best, but at least you can trust him to somewhat do what you want him to do.
The only problem is, do we really want an interim? Don't we want someone?
I don't want to.
Okay, yeah, but Andrew,
I want top four, man. I don't care how top four comes, but I want top four.
The managers that you do want, again, they won't come in mid-season. Like, I don't know, Nagelsmann or whatever, because that is one of the big links being carried around. He's not going to leave mid-season, so that's the thing of That's why I'm thinking either you keep him until the end of the season in the thought that he can get top four, or you sack him and you bring in an interim until then.
Yeah, for me, this today the defeat broke me, man, because this is a horrible Arsenal team, man. They couldn't even beat Burnley, bro, and we go ahead and we lose to this Arsenal, and they destroyed us. They out-tacticaled us. They just did everything to us, to this team, and Lampard just stood there with his hand crossed like this, and after the game just blamed the players. For me, that broke me. I cannot have that as a Chelsea manager. For me, that's failure, and it's protecting failure by protecting yourself. You know what I mean? So for me, I'm officially Lampard out after tonight, man. I have no hope in the guy.
I'm Lampard out at the end of the season, basically.
But yeah,
it's either no, Kai. I'm Lampard out, but at the same time, I'm not an idiot. Like I can be Lampard out and still see that we haven't got really many options out there. This is the problem. We can sack him, that's cool, but where's he gonna go? Who are we gonna bring in?
What if a very good option comes up?
If a very good option comes up, that's different then, isn't it?
And this has been my argument
that's what I'm saying.
the last 3-4 games.
Roman's money can make options open up, man.
No, Jem, all I'm saying is I'm seeing constant trend down. That's what I'm seeing.
Yeah, we're failing, man. I don't think we can cover it.
It's not just
I'm cool with still going. I'm cool with going, but just tell me who you are thinking to come in, and then give me an answer.
That's the club's job. That's the club's job.
And then he goes.
That's the club's job.
Nice reason for not being like him getting sacked tomorrow. That's why I'm not getting sacked tomorrow. But I don't think he's the guy.
Danny, we're gonna rotate a bunch of people, okay, man? I'm thank you for coming on, bro.
No worries, bro.
Anyway, Kai, I've got to go as well. So see ya.
All right, David, take care, bro. Thank you for coming on, bro.
That is the big sticking point, though. I just no. The people that mention they suggest the manager, they just don't fill me with any confidence.
Hey, what's up?
Let's get Simeone. Let's not get Simeone.
Your thoughts on the Arsenal game and moving forward, bro?
Oh yeah, guys. I was listening from since the start, and I understand what you guys saying. But honestly, today was just one of the embarrassing Chelsea games. Like we've been doing this since the Newcastles, the Sheffield United. I know as well as you guys know that Chelsea do this type of stuff, but like. I was talking when we were talking about the managers, right? You were saying, okay, all of us know that Lampard is a manager. He's inexperienced. He has no trophies. He's on 2 years of management, right? Only 2 years of management. You know all that. But honestly, I just think he's trying something, and I think that is actually his system. Like not playing where I strike is actually his system. I think he wants a big guy to, and like a next striker to play off him. If you understand what I'm saying, right?
Yeah, but the system is failing. So what should we do now then?
Well, he's going to have to show his quality. Like honestly, he will not show his quality. And probably play well in a strike, or put him on the bench or something, or get a better big number 9. You know, but
so you're blaming the players. You don't think Lampard should take any responsibility for?
No, I think Lampard. I'm not Lampard out. Why? Because when I saw Lampard come in, I knew he's only here because of PR. Yes, obviously, next young manager will never get a job like that. But Chelsea is probably looking at the next how many years they don't want to be bringing in a huge manager every 2 years, every 3 years, if you know what I'm saying. They know Lampard is not that good as Mourinho or as even Nagelsmann, but it will bring good PR. He is decent. He can learn. But obviously, if he does so bad that we finish the season in 10th, he's out. Obviously, yes. That's fair. But I knew it was going to be like that.
Sam, what do you think, bro?
No, I wouldn't say I'm happy, but I think this is a reality check for all of us. Because some people wanted us to put some respect on Lampard's name for, I don't know why. I don't know the reason why he needed respect. Because maybe top 4 last season was an achievement. But seriously, it's good for us to see that he is not. We shouldn't respect or disrespect him. That's the thing with Lampard.
Why should we not put the respect on his name?
What has he done to be respected?
Oh, what is it?
Why not? When he was I keep getting painted a picture that I'm all Lampard, and I keep saying people, but people don't listen. It's just annoying. So,
Jim, you're painting that picture, man.
I'm tired. Sorry, I'm tired today as well. I had too much to drink.
No worries, bro. I feel you.
Look, when we was on a 17-match unbeaten run, he done something that we didn't do last season, which was going into games, going behind and winning games. All right, for me, that was an improvement that I'd seen because I hadn't seen us do that last season. So yeah, I thought put respect on his name. At the time, we was already shouting that we didn't want him then, and that was when he wasn't even losing games. So my point was, show the guy some respect. He's doing the job. I don't jump from one end to the other. I'm just in the middle. I'm here. Even now, even when we was on a 17-match unbeaten run, I was one of the only people who actually sat here and was like, I'm not going to get gassed about it. Yeah, we're winning games, but I need to see where we are by January. Yeah, and yeah, look, we're losing games now. We're not playing well. Do you know what I mean? And I agree. It's shocking and it's not good enough. And he's not going to have long if he does not change it.
But when was the last time we played well? I think the only match I can remember is Crystal Palace.
You are more negative than
me.
We didn't play
good. We didn't play good then. We didn't play good then.
When did we play good football? Because last season we actually played good football, but this season
play well against Sevilla.
Play good football.
Yeah.
Sevilla, but that was second team.
Sevilla, no Mount and two wingers as well. You know, makes you think, bro.
We didn't play well because we didn't score.
In 3 games. That's all. I want to see everyone else's reactions then, because I know.
Yeah. Cash, bro. Thank you for coming on, man. We're gonna add some other people in.
I want to see other people's reactions.
No, mine is just that we should stop bigging him up or like disrespecting him. He's a novice. Why he got the job was because of the transfer ban.
For me, I respect him because he's Frank Lampard, but at the same time, I don't think he's it for the club. If we want to win Premier League titles, go back where we belong. He's not the one, right? So now is the thing is, do we keep him till the end of the season? Or do we persist with, or do we get someone else to try to get like where we want to be? Daniel, welcome to the first time of the show, man. Your debut. What's your thoughts, feeling about the Arsenal result and all of that crap?
I feel the both. I've reflected on it. I think we're both to blame, the players and the manager, but not. Yeah. If that makes sense. Then what Lampard said was a bit too far. But I think he's I think he's stressed out. I think the job is stressing him out. Maybe.
Yeah, but that's the Chelsea job. We know it's a very difficult, very difficult job, man. People talk about the Arsenal job being difficult, but the Arsenal job is not like the Chelsea job. The Chelsea job, you are backed, but at the same time, that money that that invested into you, it's like you carry it on your back through the whole time. You know what I mean? If that makes sense, you get all that stress from it.
Yeah, with Chelsea, because we're so used to success, it's going to be every year. We need to win, apparently. According to rivals, we have to win every year.
The thing is, it depends on where we finish this season. If we finish in the top 4, he keeps his job. If we finish in top 6, he might.
I honestly don't think it's that easy, man. I think if we just finish in the top 4 and not better on last season, not win any trophy, and just finish 4th like we did last season, I don't think he's gonna keep his job.
No, do you know why I think he will? Because we have new players, so I think they'll factor that in to it. That we bought like 6 players. So in a way, you kind of just give him this season to actually make them have that chemistry. And then maybe next season is going to be the real test. That's why I feel maybe even if the performances are not as good, they will still kind of keep him to see what he can do next season.
Yeah. You never know, because it's like you said, Chelsea is very unpredictable. You know, like how many of us actually expect Ancelotti to be sacked after that Everton game?
Exactly. But who was confident for this Arsenal game? Because I wasn't.
I said it on the Egal channel. I said we are our biggest.
Prime said 8-0.
Yeah,
No,
Prime.
I said 4-1.
Jesus Christ, Prime.
No, Jem, were you confident? Were you confident for this match?
Yeah, Jim said you're gonna get slapped. I'm gonna put Egal on my knee and just go.
We still should have won that. We still should have gone out and won. Doesn't matter what team we had out. That squad is still better than blimmin' Arsenal. And at the end of the day, we go on about Frank Lampard, but that squad's still good enough to go and fucking beat them.
But I do think we big up our players a little bit too much, though.
Team and we lost 3-1.
No, we were outclassed by Arteta. In my opinion, we were tactically outclassed. They pushed they bullied Tammy on the ball. They marked him really tight, and then Pulisic and Werner couldn't do anything, man. No, for me,
we made Xhaka and Elneny look world class.
Yeah,
Kante was bad. He was really bad.
Kante was bad. Mount was bad. I think the whole team was.
They were all bad.
Yes.
The whole team was bad. Can't blame one player though.
I think our approach to the game was wrong. I think the way we set up, it's like that the same way we're playing now has been failing us for the last 4 games, right? Other than West Ham, but let's be realistic. With the West Ham, we were kind of like giving those goals. If that makes sense.
We're lucky. What happened to Thiago Silva that they cancelled that goal? Let's be real here.
I agree. I don't think we've been good in the last 4 games, and now we'll see how if Lampard does keep his job. I want to see what he's does differently. Will he now start playing Odoi? Will he now start trying something else with Werner? Will he drop Werner altogether? What is he gonna do with Tammy? Tammy has been bad. Yeah, Tammy in the games, but today
it's all about reaction. I keep saying reaction is important, and he needs to do
there's no
something
fucking
now.
reaction, Jim. That's the thing. That's the thing.
Well, no, this is what I'm saying. Reaction. What you just said there, because you're asking questions. He has to react. He has to change things. For him to keep his job, he's got to do something different.
He's going to change it anyway, because it's 2 games in 2 days.
Exactly.
That's one thing I like about Frank Lampard is that when something is not working well, he actually does change it. Because if you see, the reason why Giroud didn't play this game, which actually backfired, was because the last 2 games Giroud played, even though he scored in the Wolves games, we lost them. So that's why he put in Tammy for West Ham, which worked out. But now putting Tammy in this game, so I think the experience part is a little bit something that he needs to work. Okay, he can't work on that. He has to just basically learn on the job, which is not something we all really want for him to do. But you understand, because sometimes he should just change a formation, even though maybe you won the last game. Sometimes it's a little bit too predictable.
Yeah.
I mean, let's move on to
there's
the
not
Aston
much.
Villa game.
There's not much to add, It's like I guess we'll see about the rumors about the meeting, the urgent meeting that's happening tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
We'll see where we stand. At the end of the day, sacked or not sacked, we will still be Chelsea fans tomorrow.
Of course we are. Yeah.
So
we're always here. We are.
Yeah, it's not gonna change. Let the boys, the big boys, the suits, do their thing. And based on that, let the suits do their thing, and we'll be back. When are we playing? We play on Monday, right? The 28th.
Yeah, Monday.
Yeah, Monday against Villa.
Yeah,
5 o'clock. I think.
We'll see where we are. We'll see if Lampard learn. And what else can we do? To people on the chat, thank you so much for joining us for this kind of rushed episode of the Chelsea Talk. Don't forget to subscribe, share, like the video. You know, we will basically be doing the same thing next week. We'll come back with a new topic, hopefully on a more positive note than we have this week. Yeah. Not gonna go that far.
Learn to play up front.
Anyway, people, take care and enjoy your evening, and don't let it ruin your weekend. Take care, people. Bye-bye.
Never does.